have to do this segment because white people are really dumb. I mean, literally, like everyone from Democracy Now!, TYT, Noam Chomsky, all of them like uncritically repeated the Xianjing genocide report without actually reading it, or maybe they didn't understand what they read. So they pretended to read. So this is like maybe thousands of people whose job it is to make sure this doesn't happen, failing you. It's a systematic failure. Literally, there is no excuse that 0 people at MSNBC understood this report. 0 people in Democracy Now! Read and understood this report. Like literally, the only people that have read and understood this report is the Gray Zone and Dan Cohen. So no one else, like literally 4 people in the country have actually read this report. Like I can say Dan Cohen has read it, Max Blumenthal has read it, Ben Norton definitely has read it. Like that's the ones I can confirm that have read this report. This is like a every AOC staffer has failed you because they actually put this report in congressional record without reading it. So every congressional staffer is failing you. No 0 congressional staffers could have read this report and not read and understood this report without. Is pulling out somebody's uterus and ovaries the same thing as birth control? Like, is taking a birth control pill literally the same thing as pulling out somebody's ovaries and uterus? Because, see here, Adrian Zent seems to put intrauterine contraceptive devices in the same exact category it's literally in the same exact category as a birth control pill. What? This is insane, right? Yes. So how many? Oh, wait a minute. Every of them. I'm sorry. Like all of them have failed you. And like it's it's not the Xianjing stuff. It is more important than that. It is that these people who's like how 0 people in BBC read, understood, and questioned this report because they think that forced sterilization, like pulling out somebody's uterus, is the same as giving them a birth control pill. It's not that. Like a copper that's shaped like a T, you put it up the vagina, and it rests around the uterus, and it prevents the fertilized egg from lodging and becoming pregnant. So that, and the cool thing about it is that in rural areas, you don't have to remember to take a pill every day. And another thing is that sometimes in-laws are just psycho, and some women don't want their birth control. Maybe something, and if you use the copper T, your mother-in-law will never know if you're on birth control. Excellent cultural, religious, practical reason why women would, in some countries, would prefer IUDs over pills. That's all. So, this is basic. So how on earth did that many people in that many countries fail you because they literally cannot tell the difference between a birth control pill and sterilization? And so you should be super mad. This is not a sterilization because an uterine device is reversible. Like, like, you see that part, I showed you? Like, you pull it out. It's a routine procedure. Like, you go to the gynecologist's office and he removes it, or she removes it, and that's it. And then you can get pregnant as many times as you want. So there is a reason why a woman would lie if, like, some white guy in front of her mother-in-law asks, were you forced by the Chinese government to take an intrauterine device? Like, she'd say yes. That's it. Because people don't realize, like, when you live with the in-laws, they can be horrible people. So, anyways, so both of this are these are like excellent practical reasons for wanting IUD over birth control, basically. So okay, then does this part? Do you believe that because there are some areas where he like kind of does this area thingy, and so basically he literally there are areas where no one lives in China. Like, look up, like, there half of it, like half of it where like literally no one lives. And so like so this is the dumbest measurement to whatever. Okay. Yes, sticking up copper teas up people's vagina, like, you need to have a medical license. I'm sorry. That's just, you do. And IUDs are not sterilization. So, just so you remember, like, yeah, they failed you. Yeah, I mean, literally, like, no one in Ilhan Omar's office actually, like, understand, of course it's intentional. Somebody asked a question with regards to Xianjing and Zen's things. It makes me, of course it's intentional. Everyone knows that. He even tweeted about it, but I can't find his tweet right now. Where he just like said BBC like asked me for I forgot, but like he basically said he made up sources because BBC was willing to pay him. Just search his tweets with BBC, and he admits it. So okay, again, like if you click on this document, it shows you that the IUD, like, it's like, yes, IUDs are not the same thing as sterilization because one is reversible, but IUDs are not sterilization. Just like birth control pills are not sterilization. And like, so you guys agree that there is a big difference between giving people birth control pills and forcibly sterilizing them without their consent. Like, one is pulling out their, right? Not the same thing. So if somebody were to call birth control pills forced sterilization, you would be like, hey, that's weird. But why are these people like willing to accept that IUDs are just like forced sterilization? So this in The Intercept did not read this report and did not understand what an intrauterine device is, and still like read the report without checking what an intrauterine device is. That's equivalent of somebody like everyone in all these places not reading. Like, if somebody said like birth control pills, imagine if they don't know what it is and they just like ignore it. Like, wow. And so anyone who confuses birth control pills with sterilization, I don't even know how to do this, but it's I'm gonna need somebody's help later. Oh, by the way, share, subscribe, whatever. Everyone in MSNBC, like there are, how many people do you think work for every like affiliate of MSN? So how many people in CNN did not read the report that they were citing? Why? How many people have failed you now? Like, it's so embarrassing that, like, okay, I mean, how do you confuse birth control with forced sterilization? Like, how do you have such a systemic, like, dumb people syndrome that everyone confuses, like, no one's read I know for a fact that 3 people have read the report. Like I said, Max Blumenthal, Ben Norton, and Dan Cohen. I'm sure more people have read the report, but I know for a fact out of my brain, those are the only 3 people who have actually read that report right now. I can imagine. So, yeah. So it's like today, yes, Jake Tapper did not read this report. Anyone in his staff. So like it's like I don't know how dysfunctional it is. They are not is a bloody. Even Adrian Zenz admits it, because if you can remove an IUD, you can put it in. Yes. So it's like, yeah. And if there's like, especially imagine if your mother-in-law is a fucking Wahhabi, wouldn't you want to see? I mean, she's fucking Wahhabi, so like you might want to you might disagree with her. I'm sorry I'm demonizing mother-in-laws. I'm sorry. But I don't know what to... I don't know what other... Like, in India, it's like a classic trope that somehow doesn't exist in America. So people like mother-in-law is. And there's just, like, no such stories in America. I just don't know how to explain the vicious mother... Like, why they're... yeah. Your mother-in-law can, like, totally make your life hell. So there are reasons why you don't want copper T instead of birth control, that these people are like too dumb, too racist, or I don't know, what else is there? Are they too dumb or too racist? You decide. Leave that in the comments below and share and explain. Like, I'll try to do this more often, and and please donate if you can. But yes, we have to figure out if white people are really this dumb, or are they really this racist? Have a good night. But yes, we have to figure out if white people are really this dumb, or are they really this racist? Have a good night.